is Tobias Kalsrat, and this is an excerpt from a short story I wrote entitled Strawberries. My father had established a little garden on the far side of the fence, and around the same time each year he turned the soil with his hoe, spreading the contents of the compost pile that had had the winter to decompose. He whittled the ends of a pair of sticks to points and stuck them on either side of the garden, running a length of string in between them. He followed the string with a bag of seeds, carefully pushing them into the fresh, wet dirt, doing this over and over until the garden was full of neat rows. Squash and pumpkins in the back crawled into the high grasses. In the middle were green beans and snow peas with their cages they used to hoist themselves off the ground. The front had my favorites, cucumber and strawberries. The berries were an accident, really. He had planted a dozen or so the first year, but when they came back the next year they had doubled in number and spread out of their neat little line. Now they provided a natural buffer between the neat tilled earth of my father's garden and the weeds along the edge of the fence. I loved them, all spring long, watching them grow and bloom with their profusion of white flowers. I saw these flowers down in the wet grass and dabbed my finger in them, one at a time, covering my finger with yellow pollen, hoping that my pollination would help them bear fruit. When the flowers closed, they formed a white knob covered in hard green seeds. The knob swelled and changed from white to pink to red, and the wet red soul and juiciness hid among the green leaves of the strawberry patch so well that every time I went back to check to see if I'd missed any berries, I found more hiding under some unturned leaf. Later in the summer, when the spring rains had left, my dad dragged a hose and hitched up a sprinkler to keep the garden from drying up in the heat. I sat behind it, my mouth open, catching the mist that came off the sprinkler. My eyelashes were soaked with condensation, listening to the rhythmic sounds of the sprinkler's repeating pattern. My shirt soaking, stuck to my chest, and kept me cool as I rode my bike home. Thank you.